If it's happening now, which I know it is, we're going to deal with it now. Welcome to the show. Child pornography. It is the biggest issue ever in this country, let alone in this state. You could be arrested for distributing child pornography, and especially in your schools. For those who work in schools, you need to start knowing this. You could be arrested for starting to sell child pornography. 3 cases happened today. One was from keeping on the camera, Michael Green, Pickle Boy, keeping on the camera from back in the 90s, who was suspended for selling pornography in schools because of his dad, who passed away almost 3 years ago. The next was a case to where this bus driver was doing the same thing, but it was different. He wasn't selling. It was like, I don't know what it was, but I don't remember, but it was the same thing. Third case, the other case was from an elementary teacher who days ago was arrested back on November 2nd. Mind you, this was last week. What can be done about this? Simple. We have to ban pornography in all of our schools, and even in the libraries. And even if you try to sneak in pornography in your backpack, they're still going to notice it. We need to conduct more searches for all students. After this virus is over, what we need to do is search through people's bags to make sure they didn't bring any pornography with them. Or if that school needs to start doing their searches. Her name was Angela Barbosa. And coming up tomorrow, which is today, Wednesday, we'll give you the very latest on this case. But she was arrested. She was arrested in connection to child pornography cases, attempting to send nude photos of herself to a minor student in the documents. The Sheriff's Department was charged with possession of intent to promote child pornography and distribute harmful material to a minor. The document states she sent sexually explicit photos to a minor student in exchange for a photo from him. But this is still a developing story, and this is still going on. And coming up on Give Me a Break Wednesday, we are going to give you the very latest on this case. I'm going to tell you more about the latest of this case. And especially, but first let's go to the bus driver. Let's go to the thing from almost a year ago, to where this former bus driver from CCISD, and this one from months ago, who decided to be arrested for the same charge. Seriously, child pornography is unacceptable here. We don't need to be bringing pornography in our schools. We have websites that block this stuff. We have like Pornhub. I mean, Pornhub is blocked for all students, and it should especially be blocked for teachers. Teachers should be prohibited from using pornography and going on pornography sites, period. There is no but, there is no if, there is no and, there is no excuse. There's no if, ands, buts, or excuses. This was years ago, a grand jury has indicted former CCISD bus driver Marilyn Fraser instead of charges of attempted solicitation of minor, attempted possession of child pornography, and 5 counts of possession of child pornography. This happened, like I said, this happened about almost a year ago. Let's go back to months ago. This was a teacher from HISD Elementary who was facing federal charges of alleged possession and distribution of child pornography. He was a music teacher. He was arrested on Wednesday at his home in Sugar Land. In October, they received a tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children regarding alleged distribution of child pornography from Perry's email account. The documents, Perry had used a personal computer and a school computer to distribute 263 images of child porn. That included, according to court records, commenting on collections of child porn, and requests for passwords to albums containing child porn. They released the following statement, which said, in part, across the home, one of his longtime neighbors said the news of the arrest was very upsetting. And his attorney said he expects Perry to have a bond next week, adding he does not believe Perry is a danger to society, citing that he has no criminal record. He also says because Pearl lives in proximity to school, if Perry makes bond, he'll likely have to move and wear ankle monitor with charges pending. So basically, that's what it means. I mean, this was about months ago. You should not have the right to be distributing child pornography, period. No one should be distributing child pornography, period. No one should. And even if you have rights, and even if you have the right to say, okay, I'm going to start selling pornography in schools, you are going to be in trouble. Even if you sneak in pornography, you're going to be in a lot of trouble here. I mean, this is not right. You don't have the right to be selling pornography, period. And coming up tomorrow, we're just today, Give Me a Break Wednesday, we're going to be telling you about more of these cases, including the case I told you, about earlier, and plus how to tell your child how to protect your child from pornography. Because let's face it, we don't need to show our children pornography, period, especially in front of a minor. We don't need that happening in this country anymore. Another thing that's going on right now, it's the race to the cure. We need that cure. Pfizer has the vaccine. But will this vaccine work? Destroy all the COVID cells? Well, no one knows. No one knows if it's going to happen or not. But if it does happen, we expect to see everything that's going to be happening. As this virus continues to spread, we need it to spread less. And we have to keep on staying 6 feet apart at all times. And if you don't, this is what's going to happen. You will get the virus. And also, coming up for the rest of this week, Give Me a Break, we're going to be doing some homecoming, which right now, let's discuss a little bit about homecoming because of the virus. We've gotten through the first couple of days of homecoming. Monday we had the parade, which it was a little bit different than the other parade. It was actually more into the Flower Warren Waldron side than on the other side. But the burning did not happen traditionally at the stadium. It happened outside the parking lot outside the parking lot to the stadium, or to the gym, or to the front of the first gym, or whatever the case may be. And bus drivers were really packed. And how can you be safe about this? Well, let's see about this. Well, the football games are just going to be like the same rules as football games. You have to be 6 feet apart wearing a mask or a face shield. If you have medical condition, you need to let them know and say, hey, I have a medical condition, I cannot wear a mask. If they okay it, then it's okay. If they do not okay, you can't enter. What? And they will be streaming the homecoming game through the Flyer Blood Sports Facebook YouTube channel, and I'm going to put that link in the description below so that if you guys on Flyer Blood want to weigh into this, watch the stream. And as a matter of fact, I mean, what we need to do that is beside the point here. This has to end. This child pornography business has to end. We don't need to continue doing this crap. I don't need this stuff on my conscience. I will not have it on my conscience anymore. Period. So let's give me a break right now for right now. And I'll see you tomorrow, which is today, for Give Me a Break Wednesday. Have a good night, everyone.